so excited.
It's time for Two Guys and a Goalie with Dustin Nielson, Matt Kassian, and the goalie, Joaquin Gage.
12:01 on a game day here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Thank you very much for listening. Tell your friends on how you can consume EST very easily on the iHeart app or on the TuneIn app or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com or, of course, on YouTube. And everything we do podcasted after the fact as well. Kass is going to join us right away. It looked like he was just trying to get in. Gager's witnessing my first March Madness sweat of the tournament. I'm not liking it right now, Gager.
No, it's to see you this full of anxiety at the start of the show. I'm like, geez, what's going on? And yeah, you're going to be scoreboard watching throughout the episode, which is good because I got a bone to pick with you anyway.
You got a bone to pick with me?
Well, yeah, I did. I was going to get to it last on Tuesday, but
it's been an extended bone.
Yeah, it's really had time to simmer here.
Okay, but can you give me a clue? Can I guess?
No,
would I ever guess?
It's do you?
I don't know. Do you think I could guess it if you give me a clue?
Yeah. Family oriented.
Oh, it's about dance.
No, but that's another thing. We can talk about that. Now I have two bones to pick with you. No, it was my mother called me.
Oh yeah.
And I know she's watching, and so it's she's actually been suspended.
What?
She's suspended for a week and a half. There's no communication because usually, being a son of and your parent lives in a different province. When you converse with them over the telephone, is the way we communicate. They ask how you're doing. How are you? I answer the phone. Obviously, I know it's my mother. And the first things out of her mouth, I don't even say hi, Dusty. She asks, how is Dusty? How did the big meeting go? And I'm like, excuse me? I almost said you have the wrong number.
You should have hung up.
Oh my gosh. So my mother has gone from wondering about her grandkids, her son, her daughter-in-law to wanting to know how your big meeting from the last week went at EST. So she's become a full nasty.
That's great.
And no, it's not great.
You know, just give your mom my number.
I guess.
She's going to text me for updates.
You know what, Mom? That's it. You can contact me through Dusty. Yeah. I'll give you his number, and you can ask about his big meeting.
Hey, Gager, your mom wants to know how work went today. Let me know. Let me know.
So it was a little jarring, but
at least she cares.
She cares.
And like we said, follow-up meeting. That's we got a follow-up meeting booked. Okay, so that's good news. Pass it along to Gager's mommy. Follow-up meeting has been booked. No, it's the dance thing. I thought it was the dance thing when I was just like, Gager's like, I know you love your daughter in dance, but I know you've had like issues. And we had our first recital, and I was like, oh man, this is what it's gonna be like. You have to sit around and watch all these other kids dance.
Well, yeah, the 12, what did you have, 12 numbers?
12 numbers.
Yeah, I do that in my sleep.
It was like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's nuts. I'm getting into the heart of dance. Actually, I got a bone to pick with the family that hates my family. Again, no names mentioned. But
the family that hates my family.
Dude, there was almost no Gager dogs this year.
What?
Yeah, they went to the organizer and said, we will want work there if the Gages work there at the same time.
Come on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is this because like the daughters are like bitter rivals and then like
from what I understand, they're fine. They get along just fine. The parents think the Gage family is evil for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Buddy, this is wild.
This is another like. This family went up to one of the dancers, the new dancers, and asked them why they're hanging out with my daughter and this family. Like they're evil. They're not good people. And so so yeah, there was it's
that's an all-time two guys quote. I've got a bone to pick with the family that hates the Gage family.
It's unbelievable, man.
I mean, are you like a huge dick when you're not around us? Like you're one of the nicest people ever.
That's what I think. Maybe I am. I don't get it. Like it has me questioning what type of person I am
Don't question that.
For a family to go to the you get money towards the dance and you're
it's
with
volunteer
it's
work,
volunteer
right?
and you're doing this for your kids.
Yeah.
And for someone to go and say that to the organizer, say, we won't do it if they're there. And I'm like, holy
I can't believe you're using Commonwealth wieners to try to get to you. This is BS.
Well, it's you know what? At first it was like, I don't want to do this, but now I'm kind of looking forward to it, and be part of the.
Well, you basically, I mean, between bingos and Commonwealth, you basically work full time for your kids' dance.
So
pretty much.
For a family to try to take that away was weird, but anyway.
All right, well, let's bring in Matt Kass, and he's just sitting there waiting. I don't know if he's signed up. Are any of your daughters signed up in dance, Kass?
I've avoided it thus far, but I would imagine at some point here that's coming.
It's funny because Elizabeth just finished like winter session. And then they're off for spring break. And then, Marshall's going to play some spring hockey. He's got baseball coming up. They swim. Lizzie's got soccer. And I said to her, do you want to play spring hockey too? And she goes, no, Daddy, I want to continue with dance. And I was just like, are you sure you don't want to play like anything? And she's like, no, I want to continue with dance. And I will say, I mean, I'm a biased dad, obviously, but she was the best one in her class by far. Like she gets it. Like she likes it.
Nothing will make you close to. Like I've cried when my daughters dance.
Yeah. Does she do the interpretive?
She does a ballet, contemporary, like jazz.
So basically, what I do in the living room when my kids have gone to bed and I'm trying to bother my wife.
Well, that doesn't include on the pole with the wolf blanket put down at the end.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, so
that's the Matt Kassian mating dance.
100%. Absolutely.
Teach a class on that. It's funny because while we were watching it, we're watching all the numbers, and Marshall's kind of sitting on a chair, and I'm standing behind him because it was all packed. And I see the music, and I see Marsh like kind of going like this. And I said to him, I said, dude, what do you think about dance? He goes, no. I said, but you're moving a little bit.
Okay, I got a story. Sorry, Kass, I'm keeping you out of this. But
no, you're good. Dude, I'm enjoying this. This is great.
Yeah.
There was a point where obviously I couldn't leave my kids home alone together. So my son would have to come to dance when I took my daughter. So I go, dude, you want to? There's a boys' class here. I think it's hip hop, and he was
That's
like,
what Elizabeth does.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do it, right? And so you don't see when you go in there. Everything's closed off. They did a superhero hip hop.
Come on.
And so they were all superheroes. My son was the Flash at this dance, and no one saw it. And I remember the first time they did it, he had a part where he became the Flash. Everyone else moved in slow-mo, and his job was to run around twice to look like he was super fast. It brought the house down.
No.
Yeah, and he was. I mean, at that point, there was a lot of, I don't know, was it Vine or whatever? It was before TikTok.
Okay, yeah, Vine videos,
He was doing all the popping and locking. Like, I still have the old videos. He doesn't want me to say that.
Yeah. How old was he then?
Probably, I would say 9, 10.
Yeah, like around Marshall's age. Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Yeah. One of the best numbers of the year.
Did you just do it one time?
You just did it one time, yeah. And then, but yeah, I would definitely go do a hip hop. It's you're probably in a whole boys class, and you do something really cool. And
Marshall's a little bit of a performer.
Once, and he'll get the bug. Once you get the applause at the end, it's a drug. Good,
yeah.
It's a drug.
Oh, Lizzie was just in heaven, man.
Yeah,
like it was, and we surprised her when she came back out of the truck with flowers, and she's just like, it was great. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Touch. I did. We had my middle daughter had it's called Week College, and she had her Week College graduation last night, and I brought flowers. So that flowers like for the daughter, clutch.
It changes, and it was funny because I don't know, like Lizzie. So I had the flowers in the truck, whatever. We get home, she has the flowers. I'm helping her out of the back of the truck, and she goes, "Did you get me these?" And I was just like, but it was like Tam's idea, but I went and got them. So I wanted to be like, Yeah, totally my idea, and I got them. But I said to her, Mommy had the idea, but I went and got them. And she's like, oh, thanks, Daddy. I was like, all right. Yeah. It was good. My buddy Tanel, who's been listening to Two Guys since we launched it, he texted me down in Lethbridge. He goes, I love the dance talk. We start the second comp of the season this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like his daughter, he's got a daughter who's hardcore in there, too.
My wife's a master at beading. Like, she gets all her, like, fake Swarovski crystals and has been beading dresses for the past, like, 3 weeks.
Oh, like
here.
beating. I thought you meant like beating. Like,
no. That comes later. Let's not get into that.
All right. It's Two Guys and a Goalie. Nielson, Gager, and Kass with you. It is a game day. Kass, I haven't spoken with you since that game against the Habs, so let's just start there. Your thoughts on them? I mean, coming away with the victory, but obviously some talking points from that game for people with the Oil. Like,
yeah, well, you let a team back into it, right? A team that you're much better than. But you come away with the 2 points. They're not all masterpieces, so I don't know. I didn't get because of what did we have? Oh, I had another kids event that night, so I wasn't able to watch that one. So I don't have as much opinion on it as I'd like because I just watched the highlights. I didn't get to see the
yeah, but
game.
They were up 2-0 and let it slip away, right?
And you let it slip away. Which is an issue. I mean, you're maybe looking at the Montreal Canadiens going like, yeah, you know what, we got this. We're up a couple goals. We can just kind of cruise, and Montreal finds a way to scrape back into it. But at the end of the day, you still end up with the 2 points, which is what you need, which is what you want, which is what you like. And I mean, yeah, it took overtime, but hey, you got 2.
Gager, you watched that game. I don't know if they ever really got into like high gear. They kind of just had it locked in neutral and then took advantage of some power play opportunities at the end.
No, they were Alpine in free practice.
Yeah, you're right.
It didn't work, and to go on the good side of things, good teams find a way to win eventually at the end. And that's what the Edmonton Oilers did. Even with subpar performances, they managed to, with good performances from other people. I look at Ekholm's game. Yeah. Like he was phenomenal. And Calvin Pickard was amazing. Like without him, they don't. That's kind of what I felt. Like he's been playing great, man. The Oilers goaltending is in such a good spot, but. Yeah, they had 2 really good performances, sparks of greatness from their stars, was able to get past a team that really deserved to win. I mean, if I'm a Habs fan, I think you asked someone this morning Dusty, or the penalty. Did you ask someone about the penalty that they took? I don't know. Right?
It was the day after the game. We talked about the penalty a little bit.
I mean, if I'm a Oilers fan, I love it. But if I'm a Habs fan, I'm like, well, geez, you're calling something that everyone missed.
Yeah, like that was somebody messaging the next day, and they're like, explain this call to me. Like, I thought you could review majors. That one wasn't a major. It was a 4. It wasn't called at all.
Yeah,
and then it's just out as a 4-minute after that.
I looked. I didn't do a full investigation of the rules. But I was like, how do you call that? It's a missed call. Like, that's like going back and saying, oh, he was tripped. Well, let's go back and call that. Are we doing that now? So, it was puzzling to me. Granted, for Oilers fans, happy they got the win. Let's hope that if they play like that tonight, they're in big trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I think so, too. Yeah. If they come out with that same effort, I think Buffalo can hurt you.
Yeah, and you're going to get Buffalo at their best. I mean, it's desperation mode for the Buffalo Sabres from a playoff standpoint, and they've been playing some better hockey, but you're going to get them. Like this is a huge. I mean, every game is huge for the Buffalo Sabres. Like you're absolutely going to get the best from them tonight.
If I'm Noblaw, I'm really focused on this game, and the reason is when I look at the teams that you probably have to go through, and I'm looking at the Knights and the Colorado Avalanche, even to a certain extent the Dallas Stars, these are 3 teams that really generate a lot from the back end with their offense. Yeah. And now with Dahlin, Power, and Byram now, that's one of the most impressive back ends in the league, or could be one of the best in the future. A lot of offense is generated from those guys, and I want to see how the Oilers are going to navigate the communication with the transition game and those guys jumping in the play and creating offensive chances, because you're going to get even more so once the playoffs roll around if you play a team like Vegas or you face like a Cale Makar.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. This text is in, and we can address it. You can text us anytime at that number. You can also hit us up in the nasty chat, and we'll get to a few of those as well. That's what Chad says. He goes, the Sabres will be desperate, and Dahlin and Byram are going to get us tonight. I hope not, but there'll be a hard out. And, yeah, those two guys apparently playing together, and then Owen Power on the second pair. Yeah, I guess, Kass, that would be a bit of a concern this evening, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I mean, I just, even when you said that, I'm like, man, they're pretty stacked for the next couple of years on D. And I think that means Byram's playing his offside on that one.
It's actually Dahlin that's moved over onto the right side.
Playing his offside? Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure who shifted over, but yeah, it's a pretty, with Power on the second unit, like is a pretty formidable group of defense with a lot of offensive punch too, and a lot of good young players on this Buffalo Sabres team. Like I think they're getting a lot closer to being that playoff team, and they're going to try to make a push for it here. And like I said, they do have some young guys, both on defense as well as on the forward group that can burn you if you let them. And as you mentioned already, I mean, you come out with that same. Again, I didn't watch it, so I'm going to use your words, but that same kind of ho-hum, lackadaisical type of attitude against the Buffalo Sabres, like you could get hit pretty quick.
David Danny Boy Gibbons, that's his handle. We don't have him in there yet, but I think he's trying to make his handle David Danny Boy Gibbons. Anyway, Danny Boy texts in and says, "What worries me about the Oilers is the extreme between when they play well and when they play like crap. That lack of execution would end up being death in the playoffs." From David Danny Boy Gibbons. Gage, but I don't know, like in the playoffs, I don't see them having these games where they're not engaged. Like you sure hope not.
No, this is Maddie was talking about this on the Hangout earlier. Like it's you play a game and then you get a team that's not in the playoff picture. They're on their third game in 4 nights. There's a different feeling throughout the regular season that you kind of play. Of course, you want to give it 100% every single time, but it's not always possible. So you're reading the schedule. Sometimes there is scheduled losses throughout an 82 game schedule. You don't get that in the playoffs. Everyone's playing. You're playing the same team. You get the same amount of rest. When the games are happening. I don't think you'll see that, especially with the way that the Oilers have shown how they get up for the big games this year. So that's no problem. It's just, I think this is more of a regular season issue that, unfortunately, with an 82-game schedule, you're going to get that. To play at that high level for that many games is impossible. I've always said the NHL should lower the amount of games, but that will never happen.
Kass, you're right. They'll never allow it from a revenue perspective. No. What would be the perfect number of games, do you think, Kass? 72?
Yeah, I like a 72-game season.
Yeah, 72,
I think
76.
That's a healthy number. Yeah,
76 saves you in a couple weeks.
72 to 64, somewhere in there.
Oh, wow, all the way down to 64.
Yeah, because then you're getting distinct days that your team is playing, more so like the NFL. So maybe it's.
I was going to say, is that what you're looking for? Because it would be more of an event. 32 home games.
Yeah, here's my only thing. It is like I do like that you play all the teams, like you get to see everybody. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, well, if you reduce it too much, and they're not going to, but if you were, it's like I still want to see all the teams come through, and then are less like, you're only playing Calgary once at home, once on the road. If you cut down to not enough games, like where I'm just like, I kind of want to see more of those rivalry games at the same time. So, they're not going to reduce the games, so it's a moot point.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't go into the 60s. 72 I think is healthy. Because then you can still play everyone at least once, and then get a few more rivalry games in there too.
Let's get to this comment in the YouTube chat. Matt, don't you have work to do or something? Awanik's just sitting on the couch watching March Madness. I'll check that Creighton score in a second. It'll completely impact my mood moving forward. Maddie's out there on the couch. She's in the nasty chat. Says, this is why you do the in-season tournament like soccer. Owners still get the home games, but you can lower the regular season schedule. In some of those in-tournament games, you can play some other guys, give Holloway top 6 minutes or something and try to go from there. So,
yeah, maybe that cures the playing everyone, Kass, right? And then you really focus. Yeah.
I mean, for the first time in forever, I did care about NBA games in November. I mean, the in-season tournament did provide. Now, the Lakers went on a run in it, so obviously I was kind of hooked into it. But, yeah, I don't think we ever get there in the National Hockey League, but we'll see. One of the things coming out of that, we're going into the Montreal game and then coming out of it, and Gager, I'll start with you, and Kass can kind of think on this one a little bit. They switched up Kane, moved him onto the top line, slid Nuge down with Henrique, did bring in Derek Ryan again, played him on that line. We were talking about the morning after the game. What's the end goal there? Are they looking to try to figure out if they can find a third line? Are they trying to get Kane going? What do you think was the reasoning behind that? Because like the game they played against Colorado, I didn't think necessarily required for you to shuffle up the lines. The day before in practice, the lines had been the same. So then right before the game, they would have thought about it, but nobody knew it was coming. What do you think they were trying to do there?
I really think it was they were trying to get Kane a little bit of more action, get him going a little bit offensively. Yeah. You can tell by the way I think Knoblauch speaks. He's a little bit more open in his pressers, where he didn't outright say that he wanted to get Kane going, but it was more so the way he glowingly praised how Nugent Hopkins played. Like, he does everything responsible. He's always in good position. He's good on both sides of the puck. I think there was a point where, look, I can put Nugent Hopkins down there to hopefully get Kane going at this point, because I have such a good, solid 200-foot player that I can put anywhere and get the same thing. So I lean more so towards trying to get Kane going before game 83.
Kane has not scored a goal since February 19th. And over that stretch, he has just 3 assists since February 19th. So starting February 21st, has not scored. He's been a minus player. Kass, what do you think of that flip?
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to get him going, right? And I think you're willing to move pieces around to try to get him going. Now you have a little bit of time left, but you would like to see, I think, an uptick of quality of play and opportunity and some points from Evander Kane. So I'm open to giving things a little bit of a different look, and you're also trying to find that perfect fit with Adam Henrique, where you're seeing a little bit of tweaking and adjustments around to see who's just going to fit in well there. So I'm open to swapping things around a little bit. I don't jump on the train of you're moving things too much or you're not giving them consistency. I mean, you want to get to a point where you have that, but you're still figuring some of this stuff out. And hey, you're trying to get a guy that you want to be an impact player in your lineup to be an impact player in your lineup again.
Gager, if they decide that Nuge and Henrique can be a thing, who do you like on the right side? Ryan, Perry, Brown? Is there a preference there?
I think with Henrique, just Perry, because they've played together. They've been on the same team together. I think I'd like to see that a little bit more. I think could be something there.
Who you go with, Kass?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Gager. I think I'd give that a little bit more of a look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just from a crash and base style.
Experience a little bit too, savvy.
Yeah.
I'm a sick puppy. Yeah. I think I like Connor Brown there. I do. I think I like Connor Brown there. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't mind that. I don't mind that there because he plays fast. He for all the points he doesn't put up, he does work hard.
He does work hard. Yeah, he's after it. He
does work. He's after it. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that either. I mean, the only issue I have with that is you have 2 players you're trying to get going from an offensive standpoint on one line, and maybe it works.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't. It was the most celebrated 1-goal season of all time.
Standing O, man.
It's awesome.
It's a big deal.
I loved it.
I wonder what happens with his second one. Hey, at least, I'm going to say this, Gager. At least he celebrated.
Yeah.
Do you want to go there? I mean, it's kind of a you and me thing.
I know. I get it.
It drives me nuts. We're talking when Draisaitl scored the overtime winner. Like, not a smile, not a fist pump. It looked like he was angry. It looks like he was pissed. And I don't know, is it because they should have beaten Montreal more handily? And he's like, damn it, we had to work extra, but we got it done. It's all business. Like, I'm trying to think if he doesn't care about the regular season because he's so focused on trying to win a Stanley Cup. But it's just such a weird look that it doesn't even look like his heart beats quicker when he scores an overtime winner. It was weird to me.
I every time I see that, I think it's just a missed opportunity to it's fun winning. Don't make it look bad. I just don't get it. I don't understand why he does that at certain points. I think it takes away from the team. You see guys go up to him and they're all upset and they go, Leon
they're
scored.
Fired up because they won.
Yeah, they won. Yeah. And is it okay to hug Leon, or can I hug you? It's odd. It's
so
weird.
Serious.
It's stupid. You won a game that you weren't. You're mad that you played bad, but somehow you figured out how to win. Don't take the joy away from winning. Trust it. Coming from a guy that took losing way too hard as opposed to winning games. That's a bad place to be mentally. Enjoy the winning because it doesn't last forever, and you're not being a good teammate by doing that. In my eyes,
it's just always so bizarre to me. I don't know, his natural instinct can't be like, yes.
No, because we've seen it.
I
We've
know.
seen him go
I just
nuts.
Don't get it. Yeah.
So you talked about it, Dusty. Ovi.
That dude's still selling like nuts.
From his first to his 900 and whatever the rec. What is it? 98. What is it to beat the record?
Well, he's 50 away.
50. Yeah. So it's going to be every single time, and
it's 895, I think, because it's 894 is Wayne's.
Yeah. So, even when someone else scores, when Ovi's on the ice, he's celebrating like he scored. Come on.
I don't know,
Leon.
Kass, did you play with guys like that who were just like, meh, whatever? I feel like most people are excited when they score.
Some personality guys. I never said it, but that's because I never scored. So it's like a joyous event. It's like such a rare day. I was Connor Brown.
Kass, tell us how you celebrated after scoring overtime winners.
Well, I almost made it into a shootout, so that's close to overtime, I guess.
How deep did that one have to go?
I went 11 shooters.
Okay, that's almost there. Yeah.
And coach told me I was next up, so. He told me that after it was over, so I don't know if I actually was next up, but he told me that on the way to the dressing room.
That's an easy one to say after. Hey, Kass, you're next up.
Yeah.
Then he goes down the bench to Colin White. He's hey, you were next up. He's telling everybody.
You were really next up. Yeah.
Telling everybody you're next up. I don't know. I just if he buries that one and then skates over the boards and and the team comes off everybody, but it seemed like everybody was kind of just poking him as he comes by.
Just a pumpernickel or something.
It's weird to me.
Maybe it's because
even a smirk to be like, we got him.
Maybe it's because I allowed so many and when it looked nonchalant, I almost got mad when people didn't celebrate after scoring on me because I wanted to make it seem like it was a big feat to do it. But maybe that comes. You better celebrate or I'm slashing you in the face.
Celebrate.
All right, you can text us anytime at 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Just want to pass this along if you're looking for a new RV Wars featuring Fraserway RV, Go RV, and Arcan RV. Last show and sale of the year is happening right now. I'm popping by, gonna drop off an EST pull-up banner there. They're gonna leave it set up for the weekend, so that's nice. Clearing out the last of their few 2023 models at big discounts. Huge parts display with everything on sale. You can stock up for the camping season. First 20 buyers will get free passes to the Big Valley Jamboree as well. So if you go buy an RV, you get some passes to BVJ. Check it out, www.rvwars.ca, or pop by just right here on the West End, 17303 100th Ave. And just as far as partners go, I see Lieutenant Eric. He was talking about this all morning. He was finding out what times Popeye's open today. And he's like, Popeye's opens at 10:30. I was like, it's pretty early. He went and got the flounder, the flounder sandwich they have. And he's put a picture up on Twitter. I see RCN in the Nasty Chat being like, Lieutenant Eric making me want to go try that flounder sandwich right now from Popeyes. Are you guys big fish sandwich guys?
I'm just not a big fish guy in general.
No, you're not a seafood guy, eh?
No. I don't mind them, but it's not my jam. I prefer the spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes. I'm a blackened chicken sandwich guy at Popeyes, but those are good too.
Yeah,
I'm not a big quickly food fish sandwich guy.
Yeah.
I love fish and chips.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go to the restaurant and get the big fish and chips with the.
The big.
When I dominated in Scotland, there was a little place that served this fish and chips. The thing was it was overflowing on the plate. It was fantastic.
Anyway, if you want to swing by there today, Lieutenant Eric's promoting that flounder chicken sandwich over at Popeyes. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and we will get to your keyword here in about 10 minutes for the Vegas trip. So we'll get into that as well. And Buffalo is interesting. What are they like? They got the D-man, you would think. What's Buffalo missing?
It's puzzling. This team, like we've been talking about this team for ages, thinking they were going to turn the corner, and it always seems at the beginning of the year they seem to have it figured out and then flounder. Well
done.
But no, I think a lot of it's goaltending. They really haven't solidified their goaltending over the past few years. Quite recently, it seems like things have gotten a lot better in that area. You're only going to get better by adding Bowen Byram at this point. You essentially have three. You have a 1, 2, and 3 defensemen wherever you want to put them. You can have one of those guys on the ice for the whole game, essentially, right? So I think this is the big turning point. I'll put it out there. I think this is a huge turning point with the Buffalo Sabres. They're young. There was a little bit of a step back with Cousins, I think, this year. He's going to be a really good, reliable player, I think. So I'll say it now. I think the Buffalo Sabres will – I mean, it could happen this year, but for sure I think the Buffalo Sabres are a playoff team come next year.
Kass, I'll just quickly point out, like Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, who they've rolled out there quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean –
he's got a 9.15. It's the young kid, Levi's played 21 games – 894. He's 9-8-2. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen's 23-17-3. Has 5 shutouts and a 2.39 goals against average and a 9.15. So maybe they've got a goaltender kind of coming around here a little bit. Kass, Tage Thompson last year, I just had his Hockey DB page up. Last year he went 47-47 for 94 points in 78 games. The year before he was a 68-point guy, 38 goals and 68 points. This year, once again, 21-21 for 42 points in 59 games. I guess what I'm wondering is, do you think last year was kind of a one-off when he was like almost a 95-point guy, and he's more like the 70-point guy that we saw 2 years ago? And this year, he's trending towards being like a 60-point guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's going to score a lot less goals this year than he did the last 2 years. You know, the 47 last year. You know, the 38 the year before, and he's at 21 right now. So really, he's on pace for what, like 27?
Yeah, he might not even hit 30 this year. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I still think he's a fantastic player. I think he's closer to that now. Maybe not 94, but is he like an 80-point guy? I think he's an 80-point guy.
That could be where he settles in. Yeah.
And I think the team as a whole, I mean, they've struggled quite mightily at times this year, but there are a lot of good young supporting cast members that they have, or that are, you know, going to be playing in the organization soon. You know, local Edmonton product Matt Savoy, who's still playing junior, but they're probably hoping in the next year or two that as he transitions to the pro game that he's able to step in as another centerman option. You know, they have quite a few guys that will be UFA after this year, so they're going to be able to retool some of their forward group. And as you mentioned, they've already solidified for quite a long period of time that core defensive unit. So, you know, it's going to be a team that's built out from the defense forward, but guys, they got some really good young players. Dylan Cousins is a great young player.
Yeah, he is.
Peyton Krebs is a good young player. Like you have some young guys that are just hitting that, you know, hopefully maturing into their prime or their best years of hockey. So I think Thompson, you know, to expect him to put up 95 to 100, I don't know if he'll do that. To do that, their power play needs to execute at a really high level. You know, he needs to be a shooter on the power play, and their power play needs to have a ton of success. So I don't know if he's going to be regularly a 90-point guy. I think I agree again. Weird with Gager today. This is a team they're on the precipice, and I thought they were going to turn the corner this year and be a team that was fighting for a wild card or get a wild card spot. And really, I think since the trade deadline, since they added Bowen Byram, to me, I'm like, yeah, they look like the team I thought they'd be this year. And so I think they take another step forward next year. I think they're going to be potentially pretty scary in 2 to 3 years. They could be really good with the development of some of their guys. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I went a little bit off based on what you asked me.
No, but
Tage
I think you
Thompson,
made a good point. I think we kind of summarizes the Buffalo Sabres right now. And Sobkirk over in the Nasty chat says, Buffalo should be so much better. I love a lot of players on this team. I'm pretty excited to see this game tonight. Penner's Pancakes is in. This was a topic that came up a little bit on our show this morning, or on the Lock Shop maybe. Well, I was on both shows today. Says, guys, I like the Oilers facing the Kings over Vegas in the first round, but not by much. I would choose LA to play for goalie reasons alone. And it's trending towards an Edmonton, Los Angeles first round. And we're very familiar with the opponent. And, we were wondering today, do you want to play LA again? Or do you want to play a Vegas team that literally has been stuck in neutral for 3.5 months and is going to be limping into the playoffs? I think the answer is still the Kings, Gager, but I don't know. Are we overrating Vegas just because they're the defending champs and ignoring the fact that they've been a .500 hockey team for 3 months?
No, I think you're right. I think you want to face the Kings first.
Still want the Kings.
Yeah, just because you have a little bit of a mind control over the Kings. They haven't done it. You can put the seed of doubt into them, I think, a little bit quicker. The Knights play the Oilers well. There's something to that. For a struggling team limping into the playoffs and then going up against an opponent that you've had success against, I think that better suits. I'd rather play the Knights in the second round after they've been beat up by a tough first round. Just how their season's going, if they can get to that point, they're still going to be a tough out. But I'd rather have I wouldn't want to face them right out of the gate. I think after that, getting a little bit of maybe some bumps and bruises along the way, that's when you want to face the Golden Knights.
Let's get to a few of the comments here. Spency 5 cents, he says, keep in mind that Stone will probably be magically back for the first round, and they have Hurdle coming back right now as well. V-Power says, do you want the Kings, even after what they did to Minnie last night, put up 6 on Minnesota last night, 6 different goal scorers in that game? Eric's saying, if Stone comes back for a second round, how much better does that make them? And Dean's asking, which Vegas team do you get, though? The one now or the one that's $10 million over the salary cap? Mm-hmm. And Sean says, the seed of Doughty? No. Okay, I'll show myself out. Kass, it's still the Kings, right? Still the preferred matchup for the Oil?
I think so. I think so. Part of me wants to see them play another team.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, it's Nashville. I don't think they keep doing. I know they've been playing really well, but I don't think they keep doing.
They get Florida tonight, which could be a huge game.
Ooh,
yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. So I in a perfect world, it's Nashville. But if I had to pick between Vegas and LA, I'm picking LA to play in the first round. Again, Vegas is going to be $20 million over the cap, and you'd rather play them in the second round. So, yeah, which is nuts.
Okay, guys, the problem with playing the Kings is then do they become expected to win for the Oilers and they lay an egg because they're the expected team to win? I don't think,
but it's not an expected team to win. No. The Kings are good. It's still a tough series. Any series is a tough series. There are no. I don't think there's an easy out in the West right now. There's not in the first round. Every first round, there's no. When you look at all the matchups and all the potential matchups, there's no 100% they're winning in 4. They're all tough matchups and teams that can beat the other teams. If things don't go well for Edmonton and LA plays really well, yeah, LA could win potentially. So it's not an easy out at all, guys.
Even with the way the Preds are playing, it's not you'd have to give the edge to the team that's playing the Preds first round, but the way that they're playing, that team's going to go, look, these guys have been playing playoff hockey for the past few months. We have to, there's no easy outs, like you said, Kass, not at all in the West.
The Western playoff picture, should it start today, Winnipeg would get Nashville, Colorado would get Dallas, Vancouver would get Vegas, and Edmonton against the Los Angeles Kings. Congratulations, Vancouver. Your award for finishing first overall in the conference is the Vegas Golden Knights.
It's awesome.
Oh, that would be.
How about that Colorado-Dallas potential matchup?
Yeah, that's crazy.
First round of the West is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's no Detroits or Washingtons sneaking into the playoffs in the West. You know what I mean? I think it should be an outstanding first round.
It always is.
It is. But this year just seems like there's some maybe it's because the conference is just been divided in two. You got like 8 really good teams, and the rest of the teams are meh at best. So, yeah, that's interesting. All right, your thoughts on everything we're discussing, 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat. Do have the final keyword of the day. Oh, this is fitting for everything we've been talking about. You get in the mix right now. You will text this word to 780-218-9999 in about 10 minutes. Zacticum will call a qualifier, and we will give you a chance to get in the mix here for the EST Flyaway to Vegas. 2 nonstop flights, 3 nights accommodations, tickets to a Cirque show, presented by FlyYEG and the LVCVA. Nonstop flights to over 50 destinations. Your sports trip starts with a nonstop flight from FlyYEG. Visit flyyeg.com for more. And the keyword today is stone. Stone. You know who we're talking about. Stone. Text Stone right now. Will he be back? Won't he be back? Who knows? But you can text Stone right now to 780-218-9999 to get in the mix. Your keyword here on Two Guys and a Goalie today is Stone. STONE. Stone at STONE. Best of luck, everybody. We will call a qualifier in about 8 minutes. It's also part of the name of one of my favorite Disney movies, Sword in the Stone. I always loved Sword in the Stone. That lady did creep me up a little bit when I was younger, but still a great movie.
I liked, wasn't it the Brian Bosworth? Was it Stone Cold? Brian Bosworth had a great movie. I forget.
It was called Stone Cold?
I think it was. You've never seen that?
No, I've never seen that one.
It's a fantastic movie.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
He's an undercover cop.
Hey, is today the day that the new Roadhouse movie releases?
I think, it is.
Somebody said, who said yesterday? I thought it was today.
It's today.
But yeah, anyway, I got to watch that. I'm watching that this weekend for sure.
I might even watch the original before.
I just did.
Did you guys watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys watch the trailer for Acolyte? What do you think?
For Acolyte.
Oh, Acolyte.
Oh, no, I totally forgot.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to do that. Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, boys. Sorry, man.
It was fantastic. I even think Matt Iwanek, who's not a Star Wars guy, perfect timing for him to start watching Star Wars, because this will be like episode 1.
Is this the earliest Star Wars content we have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just rewatched Roadhouse because I just listened to like the Rewatchables episode with Bill Simmons. So I listened to the pod, then I watched it, and I'm ready to go for the new Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Seems like a Friday night thing, maybe. Yeah, that should be. I haven't sat down and just watched a movie in a long time, but I think this new Roadhouse one might be the case. Okay, here's what I put together today because Buffalo was in town. Who am I? Sabres edition. All right, so you'll have to guess who the player is as I describe myself. I've got 7 Buffalo Sabres. I would say like 4 of them are very, very, very well known. You probably should know the other 3 guys. So I will give the clue, and then Kass, Gager, and you know what? No, just yell it out. Just yell out the name if you know it. That might be easier for me to decipher than the 2 errands. So here we go. And you can play along in the nasty chat or text or whatever. All right, who am I? Buffalo Sabres edition. This should be an easy one. Somebody can get this one right here. I scored the most goals in a singular...
Or Alexander McGillney.
McGillney, okay. Gager, that's quick. All right, Gager's got one. Here we go. I started my career in Buffalo. I once scored 53 goals with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I won a...
Dave Anderchuk?
Yes, Kass.
Oh, good one, Kass.
The final clue is going to be, and I won a cup with the Lightning. And I'm a Hall of Famer. All right, so 1-1. Okay. Ooh, this is good. I had multiple 40-goal seasons with the Sabres, was almost an Edmonton Oiler before ending my career on 7 different teams, not including Buffalo.
Oh, my gosh. Say it one more time.
I had multiple 40-goal seasons with the Sabres, was almost an Edmonton Oiler before ending my career on 7 different teams, not including Buffalo.
I got a shot in the dark.
Okay.
Was it Alexander McGillney?
No, it's not McGillney. We already had McGillney, Kass.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm not going to have 7 different players. Hey, come on.
I didn't catch the different players. There's one other one that I thought it was between 2.
It's not LaFontaine, is it?
Nobody wins. Who was the other guy you were thinking?
Shatan?
No. That would have been a good one. Thomas Vanek. Remember, he signed the offer sheet with the oil.
Right, that's a good one.
Signed the offer sheet with the oil. All right. Okay, next one. I was a first overall pick who had a 100-point season for the Sabres before being traded for Patty LaFontaine. Come on, boys.
Was it Phil Housley?
No.
Not Housley. Housley was traded for Howardchuk. Another big deal. I looked at Housley today. Gager, you got 5 seconds. He's a first overall pick. First overall pick who had a 100-point season for the Sabres before being traded for Pat LaFontaine. 5, 4,
It's going to kill me when you say the
2,
answer.
1. Zacticum, do you know it? Oh, you Googled? You can't Google? Maddie's sitting out there ratting out Zacticum. Who is it, Zach? Wrong. Potvin. What the hell are you talking about? Pierre Turgeon, boys.
Oh, Sneaky Pete.
Pierre Turgeon.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I thought you would get that one.
Oh, God.
I don't like your guys' chances of getting anything else. I think you already got McGillney and Andrewchuk. I don't know if we're gonna get anything else. All right, here. This one might work. I was born in Moscow and spent 9 seasons with the Sabres, scoring many highlight reel goals before wrapping up my career with 1 season in Atlanta.
Highlight real goals.
I'll give you one more bonus clue because I want somebody to get one here. I always refer to him as a poor man's Pavel Bure. Five, 4, 3. Nasty Chat's got it. 2, 1. Maxim Afinogenov.
Oh, God.
Remember Afinogenov?
Jeez.
Remember some of the goals? That guy would score like 23 goals a year, and 15 of them were ridiculous.
Yeah. And he skated exactly like Bure. Yeah.
He did, right? Like he kind of moved like Bure and stuff.
Shoot.
Yeah. It's tough when you know. Okay, this one, I feel like you might be able to make a play in this one, Gager, but here we go. I was drafted in St. Louis, and after a huge trade, I spent 1 year in Edmonton before being dealt to Buffalo for the picks that would end up being Jeff.
Joaquin Hecht.
Oh,
Joaquin Hecht.
Cass, Joaquin Hecht.
Good one.
Nice pull, buddy.
Nice one. Yeah, that the 1 season in the trade.
That's it.
And the only reason I remember that is because of his T-blades. And we're just always talking about the T-blades.
He had a pretty good career.
Yeah.
But yeah, just 1 year here.
Yeah.
And then I was traded. He was traded for 2 second rounders. One became Delorier, and the other became Jared Stoll.
Jeez, that was
if
good.
You can believe that. Yeah, I kind of came across that.
Solid trade, actually.
Yeah, it worked out well. All right. I don't know about this one. Gager, you need it for the tie, and then I have to come up with a last-second Buffalo Sabres question if you get it. I spent 8 seasons with the Sabres before making four other stops that ended with my final season being in Edmonton with the Oilers right before they won the McDavid lottery. Who am I?
Michael Pekka.
Michael Pekka wasn't here when they won the McDavid lottery. My God, Cass.
Oh, God.
Get mad at me.
I'm just saying.
Me a PP slap for that.
So say it one more time.
Okay,
I thought it might be
I'll
him.
give it to you one more time. One more time. Here we go. I spent 8 seasons with the Sabres before making 4 other stops that would end with my final season being at Edmonton with the Oilers.
I know who it is.
Right before they won the McDavid lottery. I was also mentioned by Luke Gazdick on the Nielsen show this morning.
Oh, shoot.
I know who it is.
Okay, well, let's see if Gager's got 5 seconds here.
Damn it.
5, 4, 3, 2,
I don't know
1.
what.
Yeah, Cass?
Is it Tyler Ennis?
No, not Tyler Ennis. No, not that. Derek Roy.
Derek Roy.
Remember he came here?
Yes.
Gazdick was on the show this morning, and we were like, I said, because this is McDavid lottery. We're like, where were you? Because he was on the team then. I said, where were you when you find out that you guys were getting Connor McDavid?
Mm-hmm.
And Gaz this morning said they were actually, there was like 8 or 9 or 10 of them that were down in Vegas at a cabana poolside when they found out. And everybody was like, yeah, except for Derek Roy, who was like, shit, that's my spot on the team. Like he was a center. He's like, damn it, like I'm done.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, Derek Roy would be the final answer. Cass, you win 2-1.
Nice,
Yeah,
Cass.
boys,
Those were good.
Horrible showing by both of us.
Well, I was saying, next time what I'll do is I'll text you guys in the morning and just be like, hey, just so you know, Washington Capitals, who am I?
Yeah,
and then maybe you can kind of dive into it a little bit. Because it's tough at the top of the head. Like I was thinking, what would I have gotten? I would have got McGillney and Andrechuk. Vanek because of the RFA thing. Turgeon was a habit at some point.
I should have got the Joaquin height.
I don't think. I think that's one that I wouldn't have gotten.
Yeah,
actually.
I should have got that one.
Yeah.
And Derek Roy, because he was going to sign. They were talking about signing him over, and then they won the lottery. And it's like, nope.
Penner's Pancake says, let's play more, Dusty. Get 7 players from another team. No, we're doing Buffalo today because they're playing Buffalo today. When we have extra time on 2 guys, I like to mix in. A game, and yeah, that's good. Soapkirk says, hey guys, I did a 4-nation face-off roster prediction a couple of nights ago. Ooh. Buffalo has like 4 players that will make some teams. Feels like they should be so much better. Yeah, Rasmus Dahlin. For sure. Yeah. I think there's an outside chance Owen Power plays on the Olympic team. Tage Thompson's going to play. Who'd be the 4th? Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen on the Finnish team is one of their 3 goalies?
Probably, yeah.
Is that who else he's thinking of?
Yeah.
That would probably be it.
With his recent play.
Let me just quickly bring up the roster here and see.
Is Byram like 8th D?
No, I don't think so.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, those must be the ones he was thinking of. I would think. All right, we calling it qualifiers, Acticum. What do you want to do here? Let's. Okay, so you're just calling now? Okay, we're gonna have our qualifier coming up. Gager, you had a really good feel for the Oilers and the Habs on Tuesday. What are the Gager?
No, he didn't, because he said they were going to lose.
No, but he did say they were going to come out and lay kind of a dud. I thought that was a good feel for the team. Like they should have lost that game.
If those penalties like that, which I thought was a suspect call,
I honestly think Montreal wins that game.
I
if there's
think
no
they win.
at the
Yeah.
end. Man, Cass, look at you. Are you the family that hates the Gage family? Unbelievable.
Yes. Yeah.
This guy just wins. Yes. He just wins. Who am I? And he's calling people out now. This is great.
No, I think it's going to be a slow start. They're going to be able to pull it off. 3-2 Oilers.
3-2 Oilers.
Yeah.
So bet the under 6.5 is what you're saying. 3-2 Oilers could still work. They could win in regulation. McDavid could get his 2 points, and Hyman could score with Bouchard and assist. So that could still hit our EST parlay, which is available over at Coolbet. If you've not yet signed up for account at Coolbet, use the code LOCKSHOP when you do. And we've got a bunch of exclusives over there. Huss and I are churning out parlays all the time. The NHL LockShop partner parlay for tonight: Hurricanes -1.5, St. Louis to win in Ottawa, and Tampa -1.5. That's at plus 705, which is a real nice number for that one. And then the EST parlay, which is a exclusive parlay for the Oilers game tonight: McDavid 2+ points, Hyman with a goal, and Bouchard with a point, and the Oilers to win in regulation. Duck Dad is in assist. 12-1 Oilers tonight. That would be quick to see. Hey, we had a guy yesterday qualify in the morning. I think it was the morning show for the trip to Vegas. And I said, who would you bring with you? And he goes, well, we have an 18-month-old. So I'd like to bring my wife, but probably not. And I was just like, I don't know if you're getting away to Vegas with an 18-month-old.
No.
That's a tough one to sneak away.
You have a little bit of time though. You could wait a little.
Yeah, I mean, you could wait to book it until they're like almost 2.5.
Yeah.
That's different. You can leave a toddler with family or something like that.
It's a weekend though,
Yeah, it's 3 nights. It's 3 nights.
Yeah, it's not a week.
Yeah. I leave for work all the time, but I don't think Tam has been away from our kids. Yeah. They're 7 and 9. I don't think she's been away from them for more than 2 days their entire life.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe 3 days at the max.
I can't wait till the next winter says I'm taking your wife.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? All right, who do we got, Zach?
We got Kirby.
All right, Kirby has qualified for the EST Flyaway off to Vegas, one step closer to winning the trip with FlyYEG. Kirby, congratulations, man.
Excellent. Thanks, boys.
Hey, have you been to Vegas?
Yeah, a number of times.
No, so you're a Vegas pro, this guy.
Yeah, I've had a couple hangovers there.
Who would you bring with you, Kirby?
Be my wife.
All right.
Family down there.
Kirby. Oh, you got family down there. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. It'll be a good one.
Okay. Well, best of luck, man. You're one step closer.
Excellent. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
All right. Congratulations, Kirby. Next chance to qualify, be on the Nielsen Show tomorrow morning. Cass, you are on pre and post tonight with Tommy Gazzola? Excellent.
Yep, back at it, boys.
Excellent, Cass. I also want to give you a high five, not only for winning Who Am I, but congratulations on not muting your mic today at any point on the show. Hey, is that not impressive, Gage?
Does the
0
thumbs up
days
come?
since the last,
No, it's
one
only
day,
when
2
the
days.
phone's up, I think.
One
Or
show.
Yeah.
One show.
Yeah, no, you're learning. We've only been doing Two Guys and Goalie for 4 years. It's working out pretty well.
I gotta say,
We're
Cass,
wondering.
I'm always like on pins and needles, waiting to see if you come in here or not on a Thursday. Like today,
It is exciting, isn't
it's
it?
very
It's like there's always
exciting.
this threat.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to. You know what? Actually, and I keep telling, and she's actually on me. She's like, "Hey, you need to go." My wife wants me to go in. She's like, "You need to steal one of those webcams because your webcam sucks." So
Oh my God! Holy smokes! Just a heads up, Maddie. Cass is coming in to steal webcams now.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for Two Guys. We got a Nielsen Show replay coming up here at the top of the hour on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tommy back live on the air here at EST on TuneIn, on YouTube, on our new iHeart channel, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Pregame show, 5:30. Go down and join him at White Ave, the Hudson's location on White Ave. He's got some gift certificates he can dish out. Oilers and Sabres tonight. He'll be setting that up with Matt Kassian, riding shotgun pre and post as well. For Joaquin Gage, you can't hate this guy or his family. It's ridiculous. And Matt Kassian, I'm Dustin Nielson. Enjoy that game tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.